Hi everyone, my name is Nguyen. My group names are Raul Ortega, Alexander Cifuentes, as well as Sinai Pacheco. And today we'll be presenting the Metropolitan Museum of Art in New York. So the location and address of the museum is going to be 10,000 Fifth Avenue, located in New York, with the zip code being 10,028. It's located in the United States, with the city being New York, as mentioned. The trip from California State University, LA, which is Cal State LA, our school, to the museum is approximately 5 hours and 25 minutes long. So we're going to look into the architecture and history. History. The Metropolitan Museum of Art, also known worldwide as the Met, was founded on April 13th in 1870 in New York City. So the Met was led by a lawyer named John Jay and his accomplices, which were American men who were typically businessmen, who they all envisioned a national institution where Americans could all be inspired by art in all forms, as well as view it from different locations of the world. So their overall mission was to make art accessible to the public while also providing a space of learning and culture. The museum doors first opened in 1872 at 681 Fifth Avenue and eventually moved to a larger location by 1880, which was located alongside Fifth Avenue in Central Park. And it started from a building and is now a cultural landmark and is one of the biggest museums in the US. So luckily, it still holds up to its purpose and motto, which is to bring art and knowledge to the public. Moving on, we're going to be looking into the architecture evolution of Met.
So, architecture of evolution of Met. So, it was first started in 1870 by Calvert Vaux and Jacob Ray, who designed the museum's original building in Central Park. Their style was Gothic, which is a romantic, ornate style inspired by medieval European architecture. So, an interesting fact about this was that Vaux also co-designed the Central Park with Frederick Law Olmsted. Their early Met design was later considered too modest for the museum's ambition and was eventually demolished. In 1902, Richard Morris Hunt, his contribution, designed the iconic Vaux Arch and the majestic Great Hall. Their style was grand, symmetrical, and classical with columns, arches, and elaborate ornamentation. So an interesting fact about this was that Hunt was the first American to study at the Vaux Arts in Paris. He also designed the pedestal for the Statue of Liberty. In the early 20th century, McKem, Med, and White was the people who designed the museum. Their contribution expanded the museum's wings and galleries. Their style was neoclassical, and Vaux Arts blend, which emphasizes harmony, proportion, and grandeur. An interesting fact about this was that this firm was behind many major American landmarks, including Penn Station and Columbia University campus. The next one was between 1970 through the 2000s, which was designed by Kevin Roche. In contribution, he led a major modern expansion, including the Robert Wing, American Wing, and the Greek and Roman galleries. His style was also modernist, with contextual sensitivity. He integrated contemporary design with respecting the museum's historic core. An interesting fact was that Roche's work emphasizes visitor experience and natural light. He also won the prize in 1982 for his architecture. Today, the famous museum is always being updated with a recent design on 2024 by Frida. She designed the new Tang Wang for modern and contemporary art. She is also the first woman to design a wing at the Met. Hello, my name is Raul Ortega, and today I'm going to be presenting the Metropolitan Museum of Art from New York City. So the first one I chose was When Objects Dream, which is the current one by Man Ray. The exhibition shows a surrealism and radical experimentation in photography, sculpture, and film. The design is it's to focus on Man Ray's riographs, which are cameraless photographs and redefined visual art. This is a current exhibit which is outstanding today because it is the first major Met exhibition to explore Man Ray's full range of media. His projects are revealing how dreams and subconscious imagery shaped modern art. One is called Sleeping Beauties Reawakening Fashion from 2024. The exhibition shows or revised garments that are too fashion to wear by using animation, scent, or sound or AI to simulate their presence. It spans centuries of fashion history from the 17th centuries. The exhibition is to designed to awaken dormant textiles through multi-sensory storytelling. I chose this exhibition because it's a brilliant example of digital storytelling and innovation. So the third one is called The Art of the Millions American Culture and Politics in the 1930s from 2023. The exhibition showcases how artists respond to the Great Depression through murals, prints, photography, and design. It includes works by Lange, Ben, and WPA artists who shaped public consciousness. The galleries evoke post office murals and union halls with bold typography and documentary rhythm. It's designed to feel like a civic commons. I chose this exhibit because it brings us an important question to think about, which is how does art serve democracy? So the first artwork from Met that I chose was "The Problem We All Live In" from 1964 by Norman Rockwell. This painting was actually created during the civil rights movement. This is a really well-known painting. This work depicts Ruby Bridges, which is a 6 year old African American girl from the middle here of the painting, who is being escorted by U.S. Marshals. Um, she's being taken away from an all-white school in New Orleans in 1960. It was published in Look magazine, marketing or marking Rockwell's shift from nostalgic American to politic realism. I chose this painting because it reflects American identity through the lens of moral courage and civic responsibility. It's a perfect thing to discuss about race, justice, and the role of art in social change, which was by Tinglet artist. So this is actually unknown, so nobody really knows what specific person made this, but it is part of a tradition from the Southeast Alaska in the late 1800s. So some historical context behind this blanket was that there were actually robes worn by high-ranking members of the Northwest Coast indigenous tribes. The designs encode clan lineage, spiritual beliefs, and the ecological knowledge. Waving is a sacred practice passed down through generation. I chose this artwork because it reflects American identity through indigenous heritage, ecological wisdom, and ceremonial practice. It's ideal for exploring non-Western frameworks of art and its meaning. And these are my resources.
Hello, my name is Sinai Pacheco and I am presenting the collections. Collections are very culturally diverse with over 19 different categories. A variety of cultures are showcased and there are pieces from different periods. Some pieces even date back to 5,000 years ago. There are different types of art mediums such as paintings, photography, prints, and more. The first collection I want to show is the Greek and Roman art collection. These are two beautiful pieces from the collection. On the left, we have a terracotta statuette of a veiled dancer, and on the right, we have a glass mosaic fragment. I picked this collection because I love Greek artwork. I admire the amount of detail and precision that is in the art, and it is also one of the most viewed collections because many people enjoy classical sculptures. The second collection I want to show is the Egyptian art collection. These are two intricate pieces. On the left, we have a string of 7-eyed beads, and on the right, we have two figurines of a dog. I picked this collection because I find the colors very fascinating. I really like the earth tones and pop of color with the turquoise. I am now going to share two artworks. My first artwork is Dead Christ supported by angels. The medium is oil and canvas. The size is 51.5 inches by 38 1/4 inches. The artist is Francesco Traversani, and he created this piece around 1710 in Rome. The historical context is that Traversani created this painting for Pope Clementine XI and Pietro Ottoboni. I chose this artwork because it shows Christ after he was crucified, which is shown by the detail of the deep wound on his hand. This painting reflects my identity because I am a Christian who believes deeply in forgiveness of sins through faith. The second artwork I want to talk about is Family Supper. The medium is oil on canvas. The size is 18 inches by 22 inches. The artist is Horace Pippin, who created the piece in 1946 in West Chester, Pennsylvania. Historical context is that Horace Pippin was a self-taught African-American artist during the Harlem Renaissance. I chose this artwork because it depicts a family enjoying a meal together, and it looks as if they are praying. This painting reflects my identity because I am very family oriented and I only do dinner with my family. Thank you.